Hi there, my name's Kai, and I'm an American expat who's been living in Berlin, Germany for the past 5 years. In most of my videos, I focus on expat life in general in Germany. To give you a more specific look at what German cities have to offer, for those of you who are thinking about moving here, I'm going to zoom in on 3 popular neighborhoods in downtown Berlin today: Prenzlauer Berg, Mitte, and Kreuzberg. These 3 neighborhoods are all located within the ring, meaning they're in the area inside of the S-Bahn train tracks that encircle the downtown. According to Lonely Planet, they're 3 of the best neighborhoods to visit, and they also happen to be 3 of Berlin's coolest neighborhoods, according to Culture Trip. Of course, Berlin is a pretty unique place, but its neighborhoods do have some similarities to neighborhoods in other German cities too. So, I'm hoping this video will give you a better idea of what life is really like here in Berlin and other cities in Germany. Los geht's! This is Prenzlauer Berg, a neighborhood found in the northeastern part of Berlin's inner ring. Prenzlauer Berg was founded in 1920 and has historically been home to activists, artists, and the gay community. Since German reunification in the late 20th century, this neighborhood, which was formerly behind the Berlin Wall, started to gentrify as many historic buildings were renovated. Today, Prenzlauer Berg is known for its many restaurants, trendy shopping streets, and numerous parks. It's one of the most affluent areas of Berlin, and now it's especially popular with young families and expats, many of whom come from English-speaking countries. Now let's check out some of Prenzlauer Berg's highlights. The heart of the neighborhood can be found at the intersection of multiple main streets by the Eberswalder Straße subway station. 2 of the most well-known streets that cut through this lively area are Schönhauser Allee and Kastanienallee. These streets offer a wide array of restaurants, cafes, and shops that are usually very busy, especially on nights and weekends. Also at the intersection of these streets, you'll find the famous currywurst stand Knopke's, located right under the elevated subway tracks. A little further down Kastanienallee is the Prater Beer Garden, where you can hang out and enjoy a local drink called Berliner Weisse. And just around the corner from there is another interesting street called Oderberger Straße, which has many colorful historic buildings, more shops, restaurants, and a very popular ice cream place. Beyond these main streets, Prenzlauer Berg is also known for its many unique and interesting parks. First, there's Mauer Park, which you can learn more about in my video about Berlin public spaces. This park is a very popular gathering place for the entire neighborhood. There's also a flea market on Sundays here that brings in visitors from all over the world. Next, there's Kollwitzplatz, a quieter neighborhood park that also has a market on Thursdays, which is popular with families. And just a few steps away is the Park am Wasserturm that surrounds this water tower. It has a large hill in the middle of it with some great views of the neighborhood. Another highlight in this neighborhood is the Kulturbrauerei. This former brewery was converted into a cultural arts and events space. One of the best Christmas markets in Berlin, the Lucia Market, is also held here. Okay, let's move on to the next neighborhood. And this is the Mitte neighborhood, which also was formerly behind the Berlin Wall. Mitte is located right in the middle of downtown Berlin, southwest of Prenzlauer Berg, hence the name Mitte, meaning middle. This neighborhood is in the historic center of Old Berlin and dates all the way back to the 13th century. This is where you'll find the majority of Berlin's main tourist attractions. It also holds many government buildings and offices and boasts one of the city's most well-known shopping streets. Mitte is known for its trendy cafes, many restaurants, and active nightlife, making it a popular neighborhood for young professionals and international students. Since this area is so popular, it's a relatively expensive district, so living costs can be higher here than in other areas. There's a lot to see and do in Mitte, both for Berliners and for tourists. Let's start with some of Mitte's popular historic sites and attractions. The most well-known site in this area is, of course, the famous Brandenburg Gate. And not far from this, you'll find the Jewish Memorial. Another prominent attraction is the TV Tower or Fernsehturm, which can be seen throughout the city. A historic boulevard called Unter den Linden lies just between the Brandenburg Gate and the Fernsehturm. This is named after the linden trees that line the narrow park in the center of the street. The Berliner Dom Cathedral can also be found nearby, just on the eastern end of the boulevard. And there are several other attractions in this neighborhood too, including one that many Americans know, Checkpoint Charlie. This served as a gateway between East and West Berlin before the wall came down. Not too far away is the Gendarmenmarkt, with its gorgeous historic buildings. This is also where another large and popular Christmas market is held every year. And of course, in the northern part of Mitte, the famous Berlin Wall Memorial runs along Bernauer Straße. In addition to all these famous sites, there are also many notable museums in Mitte. Many of these can be found in an area called Museum Insel, or Museum Island. Perhaps the most impressive of these is the Pergamon Museum. But of course, there are many more that are definitely worth checking out. Okay, let's take a look at some of the shopping options in this neighborhood. Mitte has one of the top shopping streets in Berlin, Friedrichstraße. Hackescher Markt is another shopping area here with lots of stores and a plaza that holds a weekend market. This area also includes Hackescher Höfe, a unique and hidden set of courtyards full of boutique shops and restaurants. Last but not least, I want to mention one of the great parks in Mitte, Monbijou Park. It has a really nice walkway along the Spree River with beautiful views of Museum Island. As you can see, Mitte is really jam-packed with cool sights to see. But this is also an area where many people live. The area around Hackescher Markt, for example, has many small residential streets and little parks that make this a really nice place to live. Next, let's take a look at another popular Berlin neighborhood. Just south of Mitte is the Kreuzberg neighborhood, which, unlike the other two neighborhoods we've talked about, was formerly located in West Berlin. Kreuzberg is home to several parks, two major museums, and a collection of shopping streets, including one of the best places in the city to get a local specialty, doner kebab. Kreuzberg is a vibrant and diverse neighborhood. It's especially popular with artists and students. And it's also one of the more affordable neighborhoods in Berlin. Kreuzberg includes two major parks, Victoria Park and Park am Gleisdreieck. Victoria Park is interesting because it's on a hill and it has this nice waterfall. It also has excellent views of the city from the top of the hill, which is topped with this monument. The other park, Park am Gleisdreieck, is a huge neighborhood park with playgrounds, cafes, skateboarding, ping pong, volleyball, and more. You can learn more about this park in my video about Berlin's public spaces, which I'll link to in the description. Right on the edge of Gleisdreieck is the German Technology Museum. Also within this neighborhood is the Jewish Museum, which was designed by world-renowned architect Daniel Libeskind. It's also the largest Jewish museum in Europe. The area around the Jewish Museum is known for its street art, with famous works by well-known artists like Shepard Fairey, Pachiavo, and many more. Near Gleisdreieck and Victoria Park is Mehringdamm, a main street with many shops, restaurants, and small food stalls. One of these food stalls, Mustafa's, is very famous for its doner kebab, a Berlin specialty. Nearby is Bergmannstraße, another popular shopping street. One cool feature here is the two-way biking lane on one side of the street. There are also lots of really nice historic buildings that sit along Bergmannstraße. Inside one of these historic buildings, there's also a great indoor market known as Marheineke Market. So, as you can see, there are lots of great parks, museums, and food and shopping options in Kreuzberg. Unfortunately, there are also a couple areas that are not so nice in this neighborhood. These are Kotbuscher Tor and Gorlitzer Park. Both of these areas have been troubled for a while, and have had ongoing problems with petty theft and drug crime. If you go through them in the daytime, you probably won't have any problems. But unlike the rest of Berlin, I wouldn't really recommend going into these areas at night until these problems have been resolved. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this look at 3 unique neighborhoods in downtown Berlin. I think all of these neighborhoods have a lot to offer, and if what you see appeals to you, they could also be potentially great places for you to live. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to be alerted about future videos. That's it for now. Tschüss, bis später!